What do you think about the Apple Vision Pro? What the fuck is it? I don't know what it is. I saw that guy driving with it, but I don't know what it is. Apple Vision Pro. Headset hits US stores today. Here's what you need to know. It's Apple's first new product in 7 years, officially launched on Friday. It's a mixed reality headset. Well, just tell me what the fuck it is. Is it just the AR? Yeah, it's talked up the potential for AR to help people communicate and collaborate. Now he will have to prove that a device that blends both virtual reality and augmented reality, a technology that overlays virtual images on live video of the real world, is indeed the future of computing. He called it the most advanced consumer electronics device ever created. Oh my god! It's $3,499. Wow! What a price tag. And wired. And wired. It can't be wired. I saw a guy driving a car with one. The Vision Pro has limited apps out of the gate and will be tethered to a battery pack the size of an iPhone, offering about 2.5 hours of battery life on a single charge. Okay, I see. Wired to the battery. Not like wired to the wall or something. And of course I'll play Hades 2 when it comes out. The experience is unmatched when it comes to watching immersive videos and interacting with the world around you. Or you can just interact with the world around you IRL, as opposed to through a headset. I feel like that's probably more immersive. It's rare to find a new technology that feels groundbreaking, but in the 2 demos CNN experienced ahead of its launch, it's easy to see the future. Let me see.
Introducing.
It's super expensive, it's super inconvenient, and it doesn't really seem like it offers that much. Like you're gonna be a lot better off just doing this project on your computer, as opposed to standing in your kitchen. People are just gonna use it to watch porn everywhere. In that case, you're just better off getting yourself a VR headset and watching porn. I don't know, it just doesn't seem worth it all. Thanks to Risa Balejo. Only benefit is watching a movie on a plane. Or you can just plug your headphones into the TVs in the back of the seats that pretty much every plane has nowadays. Granted, I've only flown once in the last 6 years. But I think pretty much every plane has that now. It has a whole thing where the outside shows your eyes, but the screen that shows your eyes is way too dim so you can't see them. Well, that's what it was showing here. It looks very silly. Like, it looks like snorkeling gear. It's a starting point to a new way of using VR/AR like we use a computer, but from anywhere, more portable than a laptop. Thanks for Prime, Jeremy. But not really. All the places you'd use a laptop, you're still better off using a laptop than this. Because think about it. Let's say this catches on. I was super wrong about the iPad. I didn't think the iPad would catch on, so I could be super wrong here. But let's say you're at Starbucks. You're like, okay, I've got this project I got to do. I got to answer some emails. Let me fucking slap on my goggles. And you wander on over there. You're just going to be doing, like, this kind of shit. Now you are inconveniencing everyone around you. Like, now no one can really sit next to you because you're getting fucking bopped in the head because you have to fucking play with it like you're in Minority Report Tom Cruise. Whereas on a laptop, it's a lot closer and it's a lot less intrusive around everyone else's space. Like, this would only ever be used, I feel, in like a home setting or an office setting. And in both those cases, you're better off just using a laptop or a desktop. Yeah, but I'm a selfish asshole who doesn't care about other people's space. Yeah, fair enough. All you need to do is look at something and pinch fingers to navigate. Though you don't need to move arms around. Well, how do you type then? Do you bring a keyboard with you? Because I mean, you're gonna have to like type on something, right? You're gonna have to do something with your hands, like if you're answering emails for work. Eye tracking. It tracks your eyes to type. I can't even imagine what that looks like. Speech to text. No one's going to want to say their emails out loud in public. Eye tracking, though, if they could make that work, I guess solves that issue. Marcus Brownlee said the eye tracking shows the eye tracking with keyboard. Let me take a peek. Let's see.
And no matter how much you move your head or move around, it stays exactly kind of floating where it's supposed to be. But
well, that's nice if it fixes that problem. That was going to be another thing I mentioned, is things being all like jaggedy and moving around as you move. It'd be a massive nauseating headache. So that's good if they fix that. Let me see the, here we go, the keyboard.
Text input. Let's say you're in Safari and you want to go to mkbhd.com.
Quest 3 does this already.
Shiny new chevron hoodie.
Tell that to Apple, not me, man.
Great. So the first way is to literally hunt and peck, poking the keys on the keyboard that appears.
Which is what I was saying.
So this one is tough because it literally only reacts to your pointer finger on each hand. So
God, that looks awful. Yeah, that sucks shit.
Or anything like that. Not great. The second way, though, I think is actually kind of good. It's at least faster, which is looking at the key you want to interact with.
Thanks, Merc. It's a new keyboard.
Pinching to select it. So just
I actually don't know.
Looking around the keyboard
it was a
like
gift.
And selecting the keys. And you might be surprised how fast you can type like this if you actually know your way around a keyboard pretty well. I actually prefer this to poking the virtual keys because I at least get a little bit of haptic feedback from my own fingers tapping together. But then in Safari, the last way to do it is literally to just look up at the microphone and say the URL out loud.
Oof.
mkbhd.com.
Can't use that in public.
And then it just hears you and goes to the site.
Okay, but this one does look interesting. So you look and then this. I guess that would fix that issue of being a nuisance in public. Go to the FaceTime section. Is that like a big selling point here? Is like really cool FaceTime?
From their personas.
Oh wow! Whoa!
Technically speaking, you'll probably recognize from their personas.
Whoa!
Testing the Vision Pro, and universally, once we all got past the shock of, oh my God, it's you. It looks like a digital version of you. This is crazy. I've never seen anything like this before.
I've seen something like this. This looks like a 007 GoldenEye, where they pasted like real faces onto the models, but it was like really uncanny. Dude, jeepers. Conceptually, cool idea, I guess. Maybe we just keep that baking in the oven a little bit longer, though. Thor, Love and Thunder, floating head. So fucking true. Yeah, that is exactly what it looks like. Thanks for membership, Trayson. Very cool in concept. I think the execution just needs to be a little cleaner. This is kind of frightening.
Past that,
that is cool. Like, again, conceptually, that's really cool. I think the execution still needs to be a little cleaner because this is just kind of like really uncomfortable. But does it really do much? Does this like what is the advantage of this over just like a normal Zoom call or a FaceTime or whatever? Immersion? Well, I feel like it's less immersive. If I'm on a Zoom call or a FaceTime, I see the real human being as opposed to the Sims world model here. Right now, just more proof of... Right now, it's more just proof that it works. And that's about it. Just like the Oculus Rift 1. Yeah, I guess, again, it is very early. And conceptually, it's interesting for sure. I just don't know about paying $3,500 for this. Maybe in the future, though. I could definitely see it. At best, you're paying $3.5K to be an alpha tester for a future tech. That's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair. That's a large buy-in for a very early concept. But again, I don't know. I guess I just don't really see why this would catch on. To me, it just still doesn't seem like some kind of huge improvement over just using a laptop or something if you're portable and on the go. Or in your own home, just using a desktop. To me, AR and VR is most exciting in an entertainment context as opposed to a business one. Like Ready Player One. Well, that's what I'm talking about. For entertainment, I get. But this seems like it's more focused on, like, business itself. Like, making it a staple of your everyday life for your normal day-to-day. And yeah, we're going to talk about Friendly Jordies in just a minute. I've already got it pulled up. The Vision Pro is mostly for developers to make apps for when mass consumer version comes out in a couple years. Perhaps. Thanks to Risa Bricky. It's really good to use while lying down in your bed and looking at the ceiling. This made me sad to read. It all just depends on your personal preference, Panda. Whichever one you can stick to is going to be best. There's benefits to both, but it's a matter of which one you can stick to. So whichever one's easier, you can't go wrong with either. And yeah, I like the Dune, so I'm excited for the sequel. I'd be scared out of my mind to see an AI adaptation of my friend's face staring at me. Well, that's just you though, bub. Maybe he'd think it's cool. Thanks to resub Sakito. Is it compatible with Live Jasmine? Probably. I doubt it's blocked. Why was it Ultra Creep for Google to try AR, but it's not for Apple? I actually don't even remember the Google AR fiasco, if there was one. Google just has a history of abandoning every project it ever tries. There's a whole website dedicated to the Google graveyard, and there's like fucking 200 products on there. They just don't commit to anything and give up. And half-ass it. Remember how Stadia was going to revolutionize gaming? Yeah, and you remember how Google Plus was going to revolutionize social media? It goes on and on and on and on and on. All the Google failures are unbelievable. So many people probably don't even know half of the shit on there. Because they quietly launch and quietly die. And thanks, Tyler. Glad you're enjoying them. And thanks to the membership, Kenna. And yeah, Death Stranding 2 trailer was hype, so I'm looking forward to it. I miss Google Plus. Why? Nobody used it. Even if you tried to use Google Plus, it was so convoluted and messy, you couldn't do anything. It was awful. And YouTube had the audacity to force you to make a Google Plus so you could comment on videos and interact. And it still couldn't save it. Thanks, Resub Handsome. I appreciate that. Thank you, Shelby. I've not seen Severance. Like some membership, Panda. And I just got made aware of Silent Hill short message. Maybe I'll play it. We'll see. And yeah, I plan on doing Tekken tournaments soon.